Hi everybody, my name is Carl Groger and I'm the owner of Brookvale Records and Looney Tunes Record Store in West Babylon, New York. And I'm here today to talk to you about one of our Brookvale Records releases coming out. And to say I'm a little bit excited would be a complete understatement. This is a project that I have wanted to do for many, many years. As many of you know, we are doing the Grateful Dead Dick's Picks on vinyl. And we've done 6 volumes so far, volumes number 1 through 6, and I think they came out absolutely beautiful. We are skipping volume 7. For information more on that, you can visit our website at brookvalerecords.com, and we're going straight to volume 8, which in my mind, in my opinion, is my favorite of all the Dick's Picks shows, probably one of my favorite Grateful Dead shows of all time. It's May 2nd, 1970, Harper College, Binghamton University, New York. So this New York show, in my opinion and many people's opinion, they were just in their prime, and it was just such a wonderful, wonderful show, and we are honored to be putting it out on vinyl for the first time ever. It's never been out on vinyl before. The Grateful Dead released it, of course, as the Dick's Picks on CD many years ago, but this is the first time the release will be available on vinyl. And we are doing everything in our ability to make this release absolutely perfect. I'm here to talk to you about it today. We are now taking pre-orders on it, and we hope to have the release out in probably about 2 or 3 months. We will update everyone on our website exactly when the release is coming out, but I wanted to do this video today to talk to you about the process and exactly what the box set will look like. First off, I wanted to let you know that we got the original reels, the original source tapes from the Grateful Dead vault. We were allowed to use them, and we got the original reels. There are 6 original reel-to-reels, which we'll show you images of on this video. We gave them into the hands of Mr. Jeffrey Norman at Mockingbird Mastering. Mr. Norman is a dear friend of ours and has remastered all of our Grateful Dead Dick's Picks, as well as most of all of the Grateful Dead releases on vinyl. And if you know Mr. Norman, he just does an absolute outstanding job remastering. And there are liner notes in our release, which I'll talk about in a little more later, where Mr. Norman describes that he thinks this is the absolute best presentation of this show ever. We could not be more excited about it. I'm going to talk about the audio first, and then we'll talk about the packaging next. Audio-wise, so we have the original reel-to-reel source tapes. We gave them to Mr. Norman, and he's remastering them, and along the process, I get a phone call from Mr. Norman. He goes, "Hey, did you know that there was a Cold Rain and Snow on here that was from the show, but it was never released on the CD before? Do you want to include that in the vinyl box?" And of course I said, yes, I want to include that. So this show will be the entire show, including the Cold Rain and Snow, that was not on the original CD. We do not know why that track was originally left off the original CD, but it will be included for the first time ever on this box set. The show is spectacular, and with the addition of this song, you now have unreleased material that has never been released before, ever, from the Grateful Dead. I'm sure a lot of you guys, myself included, have it on old bootlegs from back in the day, because that's, I used to have this show on a cassette that I used to listen to. But this is the first time that this full concert has been released ever officially. And this is an officially licensed piece. We license this directly from the Grateful Dead and their record label, and they are allowing us to put it out ourselves. And we're honored to do so, and we understand the importance of making sure this is done perfectly. So we have the original tapes with the unreleased Cold Rain and Snow. We put them on 5 LPs, spread it out on 5 LPs. David Lemieux and the Grateful Dead family and Mr. Norman and myself were meticulous about the side splits. We wanted to make sure, unfortunately you can get anywhere from 18 to 20 minutes, 22 minutes if you're stretching it of music on a side of vinyl. So when you have a long song or long shows like Grateful Dead do, sometimes the side splits are very difficult. And we went over these side splits, I want to say maybe for about 6 weeks, because it's so important to me that the presentation of this box set is just perfect. And we'll talk about every specific detail, and even the side splits took us weeks to put together, and I'm sure you'll be very proud of us in the way that we're presenting this music to you. So we have the original reels. Mr. Norman remastered them, and he remastered them over and over and over and over again until we think we got a body of work that just sounds absolutely stellar. When I first got our original master from him, I mean, I literally almost had tears in my eyes. You will hear things in this show that you've never heard before. It's just, audio-wise, it's being presented in such a manner. It sounds absolutely phenomenal. It'll be pressed on only 180 gram black vinyl, which, as many of you know, is the best color and weight to put out a vinyl piece. A lot of times at Brookvale Records we do special colors and variants and swirls and stuff like that, and they're beautiful and they're cool and they're very artistic, but for this piece specifically it's going to be 180 gram black vinyl, 5 LPs. So that's about the audio. Mr. Norman also, inside of our packaging, which I'll talk about next, we have a 12-page booklet in the packaging, and Mr. Norman writes the foreword and talks about the process of remastering this. So he'll describe to you everything he did with the original tapes to get this perfect record. Continuing with the audio, once we get the master from Mr. Norman, we sent over the master to our vinyl pressing plant, and then they produce a test pressing, which looks something like this. These test pressings here are for each individual side of the record. So we got different test pressings for all 5 LPs. We got copies, the Grateful Dead label family got copies, Mr. Norman got copies, and we all listened to them. And the first 4 records sounded fantastic on our first shot, and we were like, wow, this sounds amazing, so excited. And then we listened to the 5th record, this one particular for the first test pressing we got, and it didn't sound as good. So what does that mean? That we just put it out like this? No. It means we start all over again, and we do it again. So then we set up a whole new set of plates for the mastering again, repressed everything, got new test pressings. That delay in test pressing time usually takes about 6 or 7 weeks, believe it or not. We got the second test pressings, listened to them again. First 4 records sound fantastic, pretty much exactly like the other ones did. 5th record again, just there was something wrong. It just wasn't coming out clear. It just didn't sound good. There were a couple of pops in there. There were a couple of things in some of the songs on the 5th record that we just didn't like. It just didn't sounding right. So we kept the first 4. They sound fantastic. Then we said, all right, we're going to have to delay this release again. We were initially anticipating this release coming out in October of 2017. But when we got the second set of test pressings, still the 5th record did not sound good. And I said, you know what? And a lot of people saying, Carl, you're being so ridiculous. It sounds almost perfect. There's like one little thing in there, it's fine. I'm like, no, that's unacceptable. I will not do that. I'm not putting out anything that's not 100% perfect. We'll do a 3rd round of test pressings, and we started over again, and that delayed us another 2 months. And here we are, October, and we got our final set of test pressings last week. I got them on Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, last week, middle of October. And they sounded great. Every record sounds absolutely fantastic. It sounds just the way Mr. Norman remastered it. It brings a warmth and a feeling to this show that I have never heard. You're going to love it. I apologize for the delay, but it needed to be perfect. And now all 5 test pressings sound phenomenal. Now you have to understand the original source is reel-to-reel tapes. I mean, they're old. They're very old, from 1970. So is it going to sound like, if I recorded something today and it's, absolutely crisp and absolutely perfect? No. But For the 1970 show, this is by far the best recording of this concert ever with the unreleased Cold Rain of Snow. And after the third test pressing, we approved the third set of test pressings. Mr. Norman was ecstatic. The Grateful Dead family was the label was very happy with the way they came out. Everyone approved them immediately, and thank God, because I didn't want to have to do another fourth set of test pressings. So we were ecstatic, and we were meticulous about the audio. You will love it. I promise you. Now let's talk about some packaging. Okay, so we have one of my favorite Grateful Dead shows of all time, and I want to do something special. As you know, with their first 6 volumes of the Grateful Dead, I have one right here. Ta-da! This is volume 6. And you can see we always do a nice 12-inch box, front and back, and we always do inner sleeves for all of the records individually. This was a great set. This was also an excellent show. We have a few of volume 6 still available. 1 through 5 are completely sold out. I think we have like 30 of this one left, and this will be sold out in a few weeks. And good to know about the Grateful Dead, all of our Grateful Dead releases are always numbered. Hey, this is number 1. I get number 1. All of our Grateful Dead releases are always numbered editions, and once they're out, they're gone. We're not doing repressings. There are no repressings of volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot get them again. They're going on eBay for a lot of money. I'm sorry, but get them while you can. For volume that we're doing now, we are going to be doing 2,000. We did 1,500 on 6. We're doing 2,000 of volume 8. And they will be individually numbered as well. Get them while you can, please. Okay, packaging. We're doing something similar. We're doing a box top, but I'll insert a slide here of what the cover is going to look like, because if you remember, the Dick's Picks changed over from the original reel-to-reel tape covers for volumes 1 through 6, and now to a little bit more funkier art. So you'll see with the original skeleton on it, and of course we're going to, you know, it's my job and my responsibility when I reissue something. This is not my piece. It's a Grateful Dead piece, and I'm just trying to do my best to give it a rebirth. And so we're going to take all of the original artwork and just make sure the box is absolutely perfect. First thing that we're going to do with the box, it's going to be same type of size, you know, like a 12-inch by 12-inch box, hand numbered on the back. The artwork will look similar to the CD, where it has the skeleton on the front. I think it's riding a ticket, if I remember exactly. So there's no original artwork files for when you remaster an old show like this and put it onto vinyl for the first time. The only source we have is that original CD, and you have to literally scan that front cover and try to make that into an LP. That sounds a lot easier than it is, and there are a lot of labels out there that crank out their releases on vinyl 10, 15 a month, and they, you know, blah blah blah, and they just scan the CD cover and they throw it out on a jacket and they put it out and they're done. That's not how we do things here. Look at our jackets. Look at my Howling Wolf package. Look at my Muddy Waters package. Look at my Chuck Berry package that's coming out for Record Store Day. Look at my DMC package. Look at our Brandy Carlisle, our Blues Traveler. You know we care about the packaging just as much as the audio. This box is going to be the best box I've ever done in our lives. The box itself, first off, is going to be a soft touch coating. You'll notice it's not just like a regular cardboard box. It's going to have a soft touch layering on it, and it's actually 3 film layers. We did coated it again, and then coated it again to give it a special satiny, soft type of touch and feel. These boxes cost us probably, I want to say 4 times the amount that the regular boxes from Grateful Dead Volume 6 cost us, but I wanted something super, super special for this volume. So you're going to get a soft touch coating box on the front, soft touch on the back. Then you're going to have 5 individual LP sleeves. We'll show you images of all of them for you, and they'll pop up on a slide right here. And they're also going to be soft touch individual jackets. So inside each individual LP jacket, there'll also be polylined sleeves, then your soft touch LP jacket, and then all 5 will go inside this beautiful soft touch individually hand numbered box set. and then we're also going to include a booklet inside. The booklet's going to be 12 pages long, and it includes images. Jeffrey Norman, I got him to take pictures of all of the original reels. I thought those were really, really cool to look at. So we took pictures of the original reels, all 6 of them. We took a picture of the front of the reel. We took a picture of the box the reel came in. We took a picture of the back of the box the original reel came in. And we took pictures of the spine that the original reels came in. So all of the artwork from the original reels that we remastered this set from, we're including in a nice 12-page booklet with you. It's got a great Steal Your Face on the front cover and a Bertha on the back, I believe. And of course it has, Harper College and, May 2nd, 1970 on there. And then also the foreword, Jeffrey Norman wrote us a really nice foreword all about the mastering process of this record and how he thinks he just did a beautiful job. And, he's very humble, but it sounds so good. I promise you will love this. The packaging to give you an idea of how much we love our packaging, the front cover, I told you we had only that original CD cover to work with. It took us about 4 weeks to get that one image done. You're talking about a month of an entire staff of a record label. And we're not the biggest label in the world. We're a smaller independent label, but we take pride in what we do. We really, really do. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always email me directly at Carl Jr., Karljr, at brookvalerecords.com or info@brookvalerecords.com, and someone will get back to you. And we try to get back to you as soon as we can. Sometimes it takes a couple of days because we're not over the weekends we might not be here, but we promise we will get back to you. But that original scan, like I said, it took us almost about 4 weeks to get it right. We couldn't get this little piece of paper from a CD into a huge 12 by 12. So we had to actually take that CD, we took it to a professional art department that had this huge scanner that scans in some ridiculous res. And they took this thing and they scanned it into this huge image for us, and from that, we were able to shrink that down to a 12-inch by 12-inch to go on the front of the box set, and it came out great. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we're sitting around the computer screen, we're like, can we do a better job? I think we can. Let's scratch it and let's start over again. My art department hates me. I can't tell you, they're like, what, I want you to change that font a little bit. I want you to change this Bertha a little bit. I want you to change this a little bit. It's not as super clear. The skeleton could be in a better position. This is just not right. The font color is not right. The font on the back of the track listing has to be absolutely perfect. We want it to be a true representation of what the Grateful Dead wanted. If they were putting this piece out themselves, nobody in the world could have done a better job on this than us. I'm very, very proud of it. I hope you pre-order today. Stay tuned to our website. I promise you we'll get you updates. But pre-order it today, because once these are gone, they will be gone forever. And because we're doing a strong pre-order campaign on this, we anticipate all 2,000 of these to be sold out before it's released. So pre-order it. Do not wait. This will only be available on our website. brookvalerecords.com is the only place that you can get this piece right now. Please order from us. If you have any other questions, please reach out to me. We're going to share some additional images. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.